Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy and my book is here. I'm super excited about my book, A Gift of Peace and Purpose, A Survivor's Journey. So before I get into the book, let me show you my aunt. So this is the last picture that I took with my aunt before she passed. And she passed away unexpectedly. And I'm super thankful to have had her in my life for the 28 years that she was a part of my life, and thankful for all of the great memories. So, this book took me about a year or so to write. Um, it took me that long to write because I wanted to get it right, and I wanted it to be simple yet impactful and formatted in a way that everyone could understand it and apply what they take away from the book to their life real time and not be intimidated because you are set up for success to tackle the journey that would be ahead of you. I hope that makes sense. So, the inspiration from this book came about because I had a series of life experiences that piled up on me and broke me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, any ugly way possible that you can be broken. I was broken. And the straw on the camel's back was the passing of my aunt. And in this book, I spell out how I was able to find peace through making space for God to come in and help, as well as grounding myself in the present and meditating to be in a place of clarity that I could see how the people and circumstances and life experiences that I had connected in a way that pointed to my purpose. And my hope is that in people reading this book, that you see how I was able to do all of that with my life and you are inspired to do the same thing. I wrote this book so that way people did not have to go through the same amount or more of trauma that I went through in order for me to be woken up. This really lays out my journey to self-awareness and consciousness, if that's the right way to say it. One of the things that Oprah always talks about is the whispers of life, and finally the whisper got so big that it literally broke me. But I'm thankful for the journey. So you would want to, and this is going to be available on distribution such as Barnes and Noble and Amazon and other formats. A Gift of Peace and Purpose, A Survivor's Journey. I went through Book Baby, and it was a smooth process. I'm happy for it, and I'm glad that I went through that route. You would want to read this book, which is very simple. It's not a long book at all. It's 48 pages. Yeah, 48 pages, including some like the title and then the in memory of and ISBN and all that kind of stuff. It's a short book. But you would want to read this book if you are tired of going through the motions, you feel like you're walking around in an empty shell, you feel like you can't quiet the noise in your head, the mental chatter, if you feel like you don't have a purpose in life, if you feel like you want to leave a legacy, if you don't know how you can add value to the world, if you don't know how you can be of service to the world, If you want to just be a better person, if you want to be challenged, if you want to heal yourself of the trauma and chaos that you've gone through, if you want to shed the weight that life puts on you as a result of going through life, this is the book for you. It will challenge you to dig to the core of who you are, embrace the core of who you are, operate in a place of authenticity, and be the best version of you while operating in a place of peace and clarity while ensuring your purpose is fulfilled. I break down the book in a way that people are able to see the ups and downs of my life and how once I got to a place of peace, which I share how to get there, I was able to sit in the fact that I have done some things that I'm not proud of. I've made a lot of mistakes and decisions that altered the course of my life in a way that I didn't think that it would and or foresee that it would. But in reflecting over that, I saw how I was always on the path to fulfilling the reason that I'm breathing and here today. And as a result of me being able to reflect in a place of peace and clarity, I connected everything and identified my purpose that was right in front of me the entire time. But because I was not self aware, I was not able to pick up that gift and share it with the world. But now, because I went through the journey, which takes an undefined amount of time based on how you apply what's in this book, um, I went through that journey and came out a better person. At peace, I operate in such a place of clarity that nothing can shake me. Uh, and if it does, I recognize it, I ground myself, and then I commit to the appropriate actions, and I'm fulfilling my purpose. I'm going to speak, affirm, and believe and feel in this moment that this book that was birthed out of a lot of hurt and a lot of challenging times for me, that this book will help every reader in a way that they will find inner peace and operate in their purpose and be able to take care of themselves and their family and their friends and be of service to the world in a way that the world tilts on its axis in a good way because everybody's doing their part. I am super thankful in this moment that I'm holding my book. I'm grounding myself in the present to know that it is real and it's here, and I'm holding what will be a widely distributed and well received book that will help people change their lives for the better. And I'm thankful that my aunt is always looking over my shoulder and, rearranging things in heaven on my behalf, as well as my grandmother and my brother. And to my great grandmother who recently passed away, I'm glad that they are advocating on my behalf, not so that I can gain materialistically, but so that I can help the world be the best that it can be through individuals taking the journey that's necessary to shed the unnecessary weight, get clarity, and operate in their purpose and fulfill their assignment. I will definitely be writing more books. I'm actually already pretty much done with the second book, but I'm glad that in this moment I can reflect and be proud of myself for going through the entire process of having a book published through BookBaby uh, on multiple platforms so that way as many people as possible can have access to it. And I hope for every one person that buys it that 1,000 lives are changed. And for every 1,000 lives that are changed, millions of lives are impacted as a result of that for the benefit of humankind. Thank you. Have a great day.